Hey, remember we spoke about a hamper by Ben Sherman, our wonderful sponsors. We're giving away 6,000 Rand worth of a hamper. So the question that you need to answer to the numbers that you see here, Jose Ribeiro, ever since he arrived at Orlando Pirates, how many trophies has he won? Jose Ribeiro, ever since he arrived at Orlando Pirates, how many trophies has he won? You get it right, you never know, you may be the lucky person to be able to win the hamper for 6,000 Rand worth of merchandise at Ben Sherman. Look forward to your answers. Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of this crazy podcast. Things happened, gentlemen. There in France, things happened. People were supposed to win. Real Madrid said we were supposed to win, though we're not coming. Is that not entitlement, Cox?
Okay, we'll get to the entitlement part after. My worry right now with the awards is the fact that people already know what's happening before. That compromises the integrity of the awards. That compromises...
No, those ones don't have integrity. Yes, I said they don't have integrity.
Yeah, but... like
specifically, which ones?
Ballon d'Or. Integrity.
How do people know? So that's just my worry. So, yes, we'll get to the criteria. The criteria has always been questioned throughout. The winners have always been questioned. But now it's
There was
worse.
a time that... You know what Madrid did, SC?
Yeah.
When Modric won the Ballon d'Or, I said, what is it that he did above anybody else? I didn't understand. But now I think that award is a Spanish award.
It looks like it is, you know.
In fact, a Real Madrid award.
No, I think I'll stick with Sirof when he says it seems as if like Ballon d'Or association people have issues with Real Madrid. When you look at it in terms of what Vini has done for football, I mean, you look at the current season that he's on. He's just it's just insane.
Oh, let me both ask you this. So you are saying you're saying Team Vini.
I'm Team Vini.
Team Vini.
Team Vini.
Okay.
You Rodri.
How did he do in the national team?
Okay, we can have a conversation about the national team.
No, we are Africans. We must.
Wait. Grant, he didn't do proper in the national team. So let's say Rodri now did something in the national team. But where's Rodri in the conversation for player of the tournament in the Champions League? Where's Rodri in the conversation for player of the season in the EPL? Where's
Rodri in the UEFA competition?
Where is he?
No. In the Euros. Who was player of the tournament?
So you mentioned, and that's the thing. So is now the criteria going to be just the Euros? Now, when you have a season that's been running for 9 months, but you now want to sum it up to a tournament,
national team tournament, outweigh anything. Okay, we are not Europeans. So let's focus at home. We have awards that are coming. No, let me start with the coach of the season.
I want to hear this.
No, my friend. There is a coach of Cote d'Ivoire who's there. How many games did he coach, Cox?
It's probably 3 games.
You see, now it kind of contradicts your statement now because you
No. Hey, wait.
You are the very same person.
I'm saying 3. So you coach Cote d'Ivoire went home. Oh, they were halfway home. They were halfway home.
Bags. And they didn't even have to pack their bags.
They were on home.
They already. And then they called them back.
Yes.
And the man coached 3 games.
And he won.
And he won
a tournament.
And that makes him coach
from disaster to. So
he's now nominated.
He's nominated.
Okay.
I don't think he'll win. I don't think he'll win this tournament. He'll win the award. But the fact that he deserves a nomination means that he's won something. Sometimes it doesn't even need you to,
But the politics of it boils down to who won the tournament in most cases. Chances are he might just win it because of that.
But here's my thing. No, maybe we must find out who votes for these things, because it's all okay. The nominees are on the table.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk as Africans, so we need to know who is voting for this.
Okay.
Let's see who's voting.
All right, you've got your media, excluding us.
No, we are not media. We just
well, people who bring the
and you've got your former coaches and your current coaches in there.
Champions League,
of course.
So if your team is in the Champions League and Confed, you are voting.
Yes.
And former players or former coaches.
Are in that.
So those are the 3 categories. Kev, please tell us their names so we can see who, and afterwards we just want a clean audit to know who goes there.
I'm more interested in the media houses, because there seems like there's a certain way they sway when it comes to awards, even globally so speaking, you know, we can talk about even what we just started with when you look at the Ballon d'Or. It then tells you that when they have a media house that's quite big, predominantly probably would say, Mpo, you win in this. Look, Cox is going to follow suit.
So in Spain, Marca would say that.
I mean, there's a certain influence that the media would get because the media are borderline supporters. They just
not borderline. They're supporters.
They're supporters of the game that happen to have an opportunity to put through what they think about the game, have an opinion.
So they just have a platform.
Formulate, and they have that platform. Yes, they went to school, most of them. Yes, they did what they needed to do.
Yeah. But most they're still supporters.
They're supporters, you know, and you see it most of the time in the articles they put through, the agendas they put through, what it is that they like. So, but you still cannot exclude them because they play a pivotal role in these awards, you know. So. Thanks. Do you shut them out?
No, never. You can never do that. I mean, they are the ones that are telling us if Mpo is doing so well. I mean, for me, it's quite contradictory to a certain extent because if I favor Cox, I'm going to put Cox in every article and say, hey, he's doing well.
Let the media do it.
So, my most interesting category, interclub tournament of the season. So, it is teams that are in the Champions League. There's a couple of teams that stand out, but...
But do we have to talk about this?
No, you have to. I've got two favorite horses that are running in the thing.
But this question is rhetorical.
No. Wait, you want to tell us that Ahly is going to win because they won, but I can put a case for my two horses that have been there.
Okay. Go ahead.
The first horse that's been there, Young Africans. Yanga, told you I've got you. If you look at the Yanga project, it's been a 3-year project.
Facts.
It's had a trajectory that's always going up. It was the Confed Cup, they got to the finals.
Yes.
They got to the Champions League, they went past the group stages. They got to the quarterfinals, and they made a fight out of it. Are you not saying that that's a team that you should be able to say, based on those? Because winning it, Ahly have won it. We've seen them. But to come from where nobody saw you, to come from now you are here, and you are sustaining the pressure at being at the top.
That doesn't dismiss Zamalek away from the conversation as well. To say they are in the comfort space and they've won it. I mean, when nobody was looking at them.
The very same Zamalek, you and you had said to me, hey, they won, they beat the very same Al-Ahly in the Super Cup. So,
and also on an Al-Ahly, you look at the tournaments they put themselves in. And in terms of the finals they play, they're always in a final. You know?
No, but understand what I'm saying. Zamalek, Al-Ahly, Zamalek, it was a once-off. Let's not get it twisted. It happened once after a long time. Al-Ahly have been there. They've been winning it. But what you've got to look at the trajectory of where Yanga is.
Yeah.
What they are doing, what they've been doing. There's progression there.
Look, I'm not dismissing
So are you now going to be able to say, we won't reward them because they did not win the tournament?
Look, I won't dismiss that. But also if we're going to put it like that, we need to look at also the second teams. When I say the second teams, I'm referencing the very same team that we're talking about. Talking about a Zamalek. We're going to talk about...
They're not first, so they're second.
They're second, of course. Is Yanga first?
No, Yanga playing in the Champions League, Chief.
All right, so if we're going to speak about teams that play in the Champions League, we have to look at it holistically because teams don't just get mentioned into this thing. They don't just get...
You said media is biased. I'm very biased. I'm pushing a narrative that Yanga
push the narrative that you need to push, but we also need to be objective in our view.
Facts.
There's a reason why there are so many teams in there, and you have to look at as we've scrutinized the reason why the every coach is there, we have to scrutinize why everybody else is there.
Okay.
Let's look, for example, there's a team that is overlooked. Yes, granted, they haven't done that well in the Champions League, but is Champions League the only criteria, or is it the main criteria that's used? And I look at the Petro, and I say, okay, Petro, if you look at the trophies that they've won, you know, they've won the Girabola. They're still top of it now. After changing a coach, the Portuguese came with these people, and they're there. They're top of the Girabola. They've supplied teams that are in the Champions League.
No. Supplying others cannot be a criteria.
There's a counter conversation in this.
No, but listen, you have to then look at the fact that you have a team that is not only able to compete, but they're competing while they're letting go of players.
So if that's your criteria, then Yanga fits in because Yanga Fiston Maela is now gone. He's now playing somewhere else.
They've won 3 trophies, right?
Yanga still in there.
They've provided Asfar with Canero, Kaizer Chiefs with Miguel. So they've given Majaivani, the guy that dances a lot, Kibeto,
to Pirates.
So you look at the quality of players. So not necessarily.
So no, but Yanga has given ASFA a coach in Nabi, because we're looking at the period of last season, right?
Yeah.
Nabi came from where?
Nah, you can't say.
No, but you were talking about giving people. No,
nah.
But I like the fact that.
Maela?
Look,
nah, you are looking at
the conversation that Cox is on, he's not wrong. We also have to put a Sundowns into the very same conversation. If
Sundowns is not releasing players.
As much as they're not releasing players, they're winning their league. They've done it numerous times. How many finals have they played?
Sundowns won the league.
How many finals have they played?
No, I think the only reason Sundowns is there, and I'll tell you, is the manner in which they've approached these tournaments. Not necessarily winning them, but approaching them. The winless streak that they've...
So AFL doesn't count?
We'll count AFL. The winless streak that they've count. AFL. I do apologize, Sundowns supporters. Yeah.
No apology is not accepted as a Sundowns supporter. I've got you.
AFL is there, but you have to look in the manner in which they approach it. 29 games in the league and unbeaten. So close. And I think that's why I said Sundowns, if you don't do it, if they didn't do it last season, it's going to be very
difficult to do it this
almost impossible. Like you never get those chances again and again and again.
The important part, Sundowns is this season. For me, Sundowns is this season. And I'll tell you why I say Sundowns is this season. If you look at the way that there was always hype about the way that Sundowns played, and everybody has figured them out. This Sundowns, and you look at Champions League winners, Chief, you don't have to be pretty to win this thing. Sundowns, the past 2 seasons, were trying too pretty. But we are here for the awards. Wait.
2024.
So for me, and I still say, Yanga should be there in the top 3 of Inter Club of the season. Because of, you look at the players that left Yanga.
Yeah.
And Yanga still managed to be able to get more players. And I remember a certain football space there by that X called Twitter. Certain Cox hosted the president of Yanga, said they've got a very strong network.
Yeah, they do.
They've got a very strong network. So with that, you look at players can come and go. Yanga will replenish the players and they will be able to still compete and be able to say, we are here to stay.
Okay, then, with that conversation in light, let's narrow it down. You've got Yanga.
I got Yanga.
Nah, but guys...
The Egyptians are going to win it because they've won it.
Yeah, but you also cannot overlook teams such as Esperance is there.
Yes.
But Esperance is also there.
Why is Simba there? I don't get why Simba is there.
You have to have certain numbers.
No, just because you have to have certain numbers, now we must fit in Simba. No.
Simba's there. I mean,
but Simba did not win the league.
Okay.
In theory, probably to contradict the statement, you'd have to look at it in terms of, but then that brings Pirates into the conversation. Unfortunately, I cannot go there. But what I'm saying is that just to put the conversation on the table, is that you look at how an AFL is drafted. Mm-hmm. You know, you look at that and it tells you... Okay,
Simba were out first round.
Exactly, but they were there.
First round.
They were there.
Simba did not make it confident.
No, but what SC is saying, it's actually true. Because when you look at the AFL, you're saying, these are the teams chosen based on criteria, a certain criteria. So already, that
top ranking.
It makes the job easy.
So they were there because of what they did previous season.
So they say,
so Sundowns is winning this
thing.
The
rankings.
So based on the no,
not anymore.
Based on rankings, that goes. It's going to Cairo. Because those ones are still the top.
Yeah.
But we had well done to Ronwen Williams, number 9.
Hey.
I still don't get how he's number 9.
Yeah.
Because there are certain goalkeepers there that people didn't even know about them, and those let me talk to those journalists. I think they have not even looked outside of Europe, because you look at those goalkeepers that are there, you like
facts.
There's no way. There is no way you're above Ronwen. So there's a geographical bias that happened against Ronwen.
Okay, there's no way. I agree with the statement and I support it. There's no way that you're looking outside Ronwen. But where are these journalists supposed to watch Ronwen other than the AFCON? Because your league, the games of your league, no one else has access to. Even scouts don't have access to the games. Doesn't that make it a problem? Yes, but you have every single PSL match that is streamed. You have every single PSL match that is available for somebody to watch. But the footage is not there. How do we then explain that? You know, so that's the problem. So you're expecting people to judge based on something that they can't. Yes, I understand there's bias, but they're going to come here and counter that argument and say, we are not even allowed to watch this. Our scouts, the people that are supposed to bring the players in Europe, are not allowed.
So what you're saying, media and everybody's asking the scout for that information?
I'm just saying in terms of hierarchy, in terms of importance, the people that would need to watch these videos for these players.
I actually disagree with that statement. You know why I disagree with that statement? For the fact that he got on number 9. It simply says there's an eye that's probably looking at him. For the fact that he got to number 9 and the conversation is around, he's probably beaten certain goalkeepers that are below him.
I must make it a vote because we were winning that thing by the vote. South Africans and Africans were voting for that man.
Come on. It can't work with votes, with the public opinion, because now what happens to the countries that don't have data? What happens to the people that don't have airtime, you know? So there has to be a panel that's there and they put it out and they record these numbers to say, these are the people who carry a certain amount of weight in the sport, and this is why they've put forward these
people of eminence. So we've got
unfortunately
media.
For Ronwen.
So it's media people. We back to our awards. Media people.
Yeah, it's a media award. Yeah. It's a media award.
Prominent former coaches.
Yes.
And coaches in the Champions League. So that's where we must look when these awards are won. The 26th of November. These awards are happening. People at CAF, can you please get a ticket here for Cox to come and see the awards? I think he wants to do a couple of interviews. But with all that said and done.
Before you close it, I should have said this earlier on. Condolences to the Zambian Football Federation.
Yes.
They've lost 7 lives. People are still on hospitals. Chavuma Town Council. This is an unfortunate situation that came through, and we saw Patrice and the team come out and pass their condolences.
But on a lighter note, shout out to CAF. Remember we spoke about the good work that we're doing and we were complaining about the referees last week? They took a panel of 21 referees,
youngsters,
you know, and went and trained them from different countries. They chose the top referees in the school tournament for CAF to be there so that they can facilitate and grow and learn. It's a 4-day tournament. It's a 4-day period where they have to do it. So shout out. Unfortunately, no one from your country, South Africa, is there.
Abongile Tom did not make it.
No, it's the young ones. There's a problem even with the young ones.
So you don't want them to learn the wrong things. Thank you for watching. Let us know, who do you think should be the winners in all the CAF awards on the 26th? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know what you think of this show. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.
I saw a cherry and it was red.
Hey, remember we spoke about a hamper by Ben Sherman, our wonderful sponsors. We're giving away 6,000 Rand worth of a hamper. So the question that you need to answer to the numbers that you see here, Jose Ribeiro, ever since he arrived at Orlando Pirates, how many trophies has he won? Jose Ribeiro, ever since he arrived at Orlando Pirates, how many trophies has he won? You get it right, you never know, you may be the lucky person to be able to win the hamper for 6,000 Rand worth of merchandise at Ben Sherman. Look forward to your answers.